Hello, hello. So I am going live and getting everything going. Hold on. Screen sharing has failed to start. Please try again later. What? We kind of need the screen sharing, guys. Hold on. All right, we'll do it this way. So, hi everyone. Oh, good. I have one watching on YouTube. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I have no teamies that showed up yet. I know everybody's kind of busy, have a couple things going on. So I'm going to make sure that I've got my volume down. All right. So I'm just going to make sure I keep an eye on this chat box. If you guys want to chat live with me, whoever's watching. If not, if you're one of my team members, you guys know where the Zoom link is. It's in our Impact Collective group, but I'm just going to go ahead and go from here because I want to make sure we get done in a timely manner because I got things to do too, guys. So let's go ahead and share this. All right, so we're going to go ahead and discuss pay to play today. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. We're going to discuss pay to play and some other non-compliance topics. Pay to play has come up over and over again. I actually saw one of my teamies do it without realizing that she wasn't supposed to do it. So I wanted to make sure that I have this training available to my teamies and to everybody else in the Scentsy world in regards to pay to play. And I want to go ahead and just get that started. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is basically when we go to our workstation, you can go to your workstation and go to your training contents. When you go to your training contents, the thing is you have to kind of know what you're searching for, right? That's the only problem. If you don't know the phrase and the term pay to play, you're not even going to realize that it's available as a resource to you. So if you type in pay to play, there is actually a lot of information in the compliance guide regarding that, Scentsy standards. But here, this right here, guys, this came out August 2021, and I did not know it existed. I wish our training videos would pop up under our news as well, because this is good stuff. And it just snuck itself in here. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and I've never seen this. So when I found this, this was amazing because it spells it out. And I learned something by watching this. So let's go ahead and watch. So clearly I can't keep an eye on the chat if I'm over here. So if you type anything in there, just know that I apologize and I will check back in a little bit. But here is this video. It's about 6 minutes long, but it is so perfect for what we need to understand when it comes to pay to play. Scentsy has already created it for us. There's no need for me to recreate the wheel, and then we'll touch on the topics later. And if I have any teamies join at that time, then we'll go ahead and just have a live discussion. If not, I'm just going to power through and continue pushing this as if it's one of my tutorials, and we'll go from there. All right.
Games, drawings, and other activities can be fun ways to engage with your customers, get repeat orders, and build customer loyalty. But there's a right way to play and a wrong way. Let's be clear right up front. Scentsy does not allow consultants to engage in games or activities that are considered pay to play. To stay in compliance with the Scentsy standards, it's important to understand what that means. In this training video, you will learn which games, drawings, and activities are considered pay to play, learn how to structure games and activities the right way, and better understand how to stay in compliance with the Scentsy standards. So what is pay to play? Pay to play is when a customer must pay money or purchase a product to participate in a game of chance or an activity where the prize is awarded randomly. Let's break that down. To figure out if your game, drawing, or activity would be considered pay to play, just answer these 2 questions. Are customers required to pay money or purchase a product? And is the chance to win a prize random? When the answer to both questions is yes, that's pay to play, and it's not okay. Not only is it against the Scentsy standards, it can also be against the law depending on where you live and do business. Remember, Scentsy prohibits any illegal, fraudulent, deceptive, or unethical business conduct. And no matter what the rules are in your home city, state, province, or country, Scentsy never allows consultants to engage in games or activities that are considered pay-to-play. And just to drive that point home, if you're found in violation of the Scentsy standards, you may be investigated and subject to disciplinary action, which could include the cancellation of your consultant account and other unfortunate penalties you can read up on in the Scentsy standards. So, let's look at a couple of examples to help keep your Scentsy business on the up and up. Let's say you want to engage with your customers by inviting them to spend just $2 to pick a number, pop a balloon, or buy a square to win a prize. Is this pay to play? Let's answer our 2 questions. Are customers required to pay money or purchase a product? Yes. $2 for every number, balloon, or square. Is the chance to win a prize random? Yes. In this type of activity, prizes are awarded based on random guesses, and not everyone is a winner. Since the answer to both questions is yes, this activity is pay to play and is strictly prohibited. Instead, try this. Invite your customers to pick a number, pop a balloon, or select a number to win a prize. Just don't charge them to participate. Another good option would be to offer a personal special where customers who order a certain amount can choose a square, balloon, or number to find out which prize they've won. Just make sure every customer who meets the criteria gets the same opportunity and that all prizes are of equal value. Got it? Great. Here's another example. Let's say you want to play a traditional game of bingo, where all party guests get 1 bingo card just for attending the party and can earn an additional bingo card for placing an order. Is this considered pay to play? Let's answer the 2 questions. Are customers required to pay money or purchase a product? While it's true that all party guests can participate without having to pay, guests must make a purchase to increase their chances of winning. So the answer to the first question is still yes. Next question. Is the chance to win a prize random? Traditional bingo is played by randomly drawing numbers. It's a game of chance, so the answer to this question is yes. Since the answer to both questions is yes, this is considered pay to play and is not allowed. Instead, try this. If you want to play a game of bingo with your party guests, great! Just be sure not to require any payment or purchase to participate. All guests should have an equal chance at winning a bingo prize without having to spend any money. If you want to offer incentives to get more participation, you can hand out extra bingo cards to guests who refer a friend, book a party, or complete simple tasks like sharing, liking, or commenting on a Facebook post. You could also create custom bingo cards that require specific tasks for each square. Everyone who gets a bingo for completing their tasks can win a prize. In this case, winning is not based on chance or random selection, but it's earned, and that's okay. Also, keep in mind that you cannot charge your customers to play or participate in any type of game, even if everyone participating will win a prize or receive product in return. You should only collect payment from Scentsy customers for the purchase of Scentsy products. Now that you understand pay to play, we'll also remind you that there are other Scentsy standards to comply with when you're planning your games and activities. Actually, even the compliant examples shared here are personal specials, and some of those details must only be shared privately in one-to-one communication and cannot be advertised publicly online. It's up to you to read up on the Scentsy standards, which you can find in Scentsy Success, and make sure your business follows the rules. Playing games is a great way to keep customers engaged and have a great time in the process. Now that you know how to spot a pay-to-play game and stay in compliance, there's only one thing left to do. Have fun!
All right. I hope that was helpful for whoever's watching. Oh my God, pause. All righty, let's make sure. Okay. So I really hope that was helpful. I see somebody is still on. Please give me a holler. Let me know who I'm talking to on the other end. But all right. We have somebody joining, Lindsay. All right, I am going to, where am I at? Okay, here, share this. So we just got done watching our video and I want to just kind of go over what we watched. So Lindsay, you did miss the video that I found, but you can definitely go back and watch it later. But it was basically the Scentsy's video on pay to play, which the resources are there on the, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Okay, the resources are there for us. And so I was fortunate to have found it and they snuck it in like last year, which was really great because it really spelled everything out. So I'm just gonna touch on it again here. So pay to play. This was the video that I found under the Scentsy compliance stuff. So go to training and then type in the words pay to play and you'll be able to find this video. It's 6.5 minutes, but it really spells it out very clearly what is allowed and what's not allowed. And even I learned something from this because what I thought was a blanket statement, it's not allowed. There's actually some rules to it. So what is it? It's when a customer has to pay money of some sort or make a purchase in order to participate in a game of chance, drawing, or an activity where prizes are rewarded randomly. That was the key thing there. I didn't realize it had to be prizes are rewarded randomly. There's actually some things we can do, except we'll get into that in a little bit so that doesn't seem confusing. So every customer who participates must get the same opportunity to the prize that is being given. So that's interesting. Hey, Jalissa. So pay to play means you are paying money or purchasing a product and there's a chance to win a prize at random. So it can be purchase this raffle ticket so that you can be entered to win a prize, or it can be make a purchase from my website so that you can be entered to win this prize. So it has to be paying money or purchasing a product and the chance to win a prize at random. And this is key because I didn't realize the prize at random part, because then that actually does give us an opportunity to do something in regards to rewarding our customers that is not considered pay to play. It's a slightly different category and we'll go more in depth with that. So Jalisa, I just showed a video earlier. When you get a chance, go back and rewatch it, but it is this here. It's on our training. And if you type in the words pay to play, the video pops up right away and it's very like detailed. It explains it. So just get it when you get a chance, watch that because it's going to be super helpful to kind of break it down for you. Okay, so this is what I was able to capture from the video is your dues. Do purchase your bingo card. No, don't. Don't say purchase a bingo card. Don't say purchase a raffle ticket. Don't say make a purchase to be entered into a raffle for a free prize. Don't say every $10 purchase earns you a raffle ticket. Don't say free gift with every purchase. Don't say or don't charge anyone to play or participate in any type of game, even if all wins a prize. So what you want to do is you want to instead invite your customers to pick a number or pop a balloon without participation charge. So you can still say, pick a number. And then what you can do is do personal specials where customers order a certain amount and can choose a square balloon or number. So can choose like whatever that mystery is to find out which prize they've won. Make sure all customers who meet the criteria get the same opportunity and that all prizes are equal value. So if Lindsay and Julissa, if you guys are both my VIPs and you're in my VIP group and I post a special and I say anybody who purchases at least $50 by Sunday will get to pick from one of these random prizes. But the thing is both of you, this is what I didn't understand, which makes it pretty cool because there's actually like something that we can do that's not considered pay to play. Both of you will actually pick a balloon, like a surprise balloon, and then based on the balloon number will be your prize. Both of your prize has to be equal in value. Like say I'm giving away a $10 prize, yours, Jaleesa, can be a counter clean, and Lindsay, yours can be a hand cream for, well, maybe let's see. Let's add two things together that makes $10, a bathroom cleaner, that's $10. You know, they might be different prizes, but they're equal in value. And what I can't do is tell people publicly, Jaleesa just won a counter clean. Like I can't say that, but what I can do is offer you guys that special. So it's actually quite unique because it's not at random anymore because both of you are walking away with prizes as long as you meet the criteria. Third bullet point on the dues. All guests should not make any payment to participate. So in this sense, it's like purchasing the raffle ticket. You don't want to tell people to buy the raffle ticket. You don't want to tell people to buy the bingo card in order to come and play games with you. So those are the things that, because if you guys think about it, it's considered gambling at the end, right? And we are not, there's a whole lot of government oversight with what's considered gambling versus what's not. So that's where we want to make sure we're very, very clear on what we can and cannot do. The fourth bullet point, all guests have an equal chance to win prize without spending money. So if you guys spend money, that kind of conflicts with number 2. We have to go back to that video a little bit. Let's just skip over number 4. Okay, you can do refer a friend. If you refer a friend, you will get a free wax bar. That works because, Jaleesa, when you refer a friend to me, you didn't make any purchase at all. All you did was just tell a friend to come to me. And then your friend comes to me and makes a purchase, and then I give you a referral gift, right? I can also say, Lindsay, book a party. If you book a party with me, I'll give you a free gift. So Lindsay books a party with me, and then we do a party. When the party's done, I'm giving Lindsay a free gift. Because Lindsay's never made a purchase, all she did was book a party. So completing simple tasks like sharing and commenting. So like 3 posts and share one of my posts to be entered into this drawing to win a prize. That's perfectly okay because the other person, the customer, will just be sharing, simply sharing items, and they are not purchasing anything. Custom bingo cards with specific tasks for each square. Bingo winners can receive prizes, and winning is not based on chance. That was pretty interesting. So I can make my own bingo card, and I can say, purchase a wax bar, purchase a fragrance flower, purchase this, purchase that. And as they, over time, are my customers, they can X those off. And once they've X'd off and got bingo, then they can win a prize, which is actually kind of fun, you know, like that, and that's actually allowed. So that I thought was really interesting that, you know, you're technically still buying something, but it's okay by Scentsy standards because of the criteria they have to meet. But again, all of these are like privately messaged to one another. And then the personal specials must be shared via private message only. So we know that anytime we have any type of specials, anytime we have a 10 wax bar specials, anytime we have anything that's a special that is outside of Scentsy catalog pricing, we always want to make sure that we are communicating it via private messages only.
So I have a quick question, because it is a little bit confusing real quick. Can you go back to the previous slide just so I can, so when it comes, like, how is it okay to have a person do the custom bingo? Because technically they are still purchasing part of the bingo without purchasing a bingo. Like, how is it okay with the custom bingo cards to completing specific squares, and then once they do it, then they receive a prize? So I'm just trying to see, how is it not based on chance? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
That's a great question. And actually, I pulled that directly off of Scentsy's video.
Okay.
So because I pulled it straight off of Scensy's video, I'm very comfortable with saying I don't know the logic behind that. I think the logic behind it is you're still having to meet a certain metric, right? Like, because bullet point number 2, bullet point number 2, if you order a certain amount, if I said, Lindsay and Jaleesa, you know, all my VIPs, if you order at least $50, you're going to get a prize. That's allowed too. And that came straight off of the video as well. So that's a really good question.
So,
Go ahead.
I mean, so that was another, because I have a couple of different questions regarding the dues part, because that's what confused me when I was watching it at the very beginning.
Mhm.
The differences between the raffle prizes and the bingo card and stuff like that, because technically they were the same. But now with all the like personal specials, as far as like if you go up to a certain amount, you pop a balloon, square number, and then referring friends, I know we have to, that's considered a personal special, but it can only be shared via private message. So does that mean that we have to, with all the dues, if we're wanting to write a special message, we have to basically message each one of our people through like Instagram or Facebook individually, and we can't just make one big like video that says, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." Is that what they're trying to say? Is no lives, no pre-recorded videos on Facebook, but yes, you can tell people one by one in Messenger, and then that's okay.
Yeah, so my take on it is you can definitely say, hey, I've got a game going. If you're interested, let me know. So you can kind of announce it as a teaser, but without the details and the specifics behind it. And then if you're like, oh, I'm interested, then you can reach out to them privately. Because so you have to be very careful because VIP pages are actually not considered, Facebook groups are not considered private, even if you have them on private. Scentsy will consider that still a public forum because it's a group of people who can see that message at one time. And so even if it's marked on private or put on secret, it is still considered a public forum. So the moment somebody who wants to do you harm sees it and screenshots it and sends it into compliance, you're at fault. No matter how you try to talk that yourself out of it, you'll be at fault. So that's what we definitely want to avoid. So yeah, as long as you can just put up like a little teaser, hey, I've got a game going on, let me know if you're interested. And then when people reach out or people heart it, or then you can reach out to them individually and do that. So at least people know there's something happening instead of you having to like privately message 50 of your friends.
Oh, okay, now I understand.
Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense, Lindsay? Anything else? So you saw the video from the beginning, right? So it was very informative. Like there were still certain things we can do, like with them reaching a certain dollar amount, doing that custom bingo cards,
How do you do the custom bingo cards?
So you can go onto like Google and just Google like make your own bingo cards because
okay.
for like work. You can do that, and then you can put into each of those squares what you want it to say, and then randomize it for you, and then you can just print and give it to them, and then that way they have a custom one to use.
And the answer to your question, yes, it makes sense. Indy didn't take a nap today, so he's extra grouchy, and everybody else end of the year craziness over here.
Gotcha. No worries. Okay, so moving on, and we can always revisit some of the other stuff if you guys like think of something as we're speaking. So the compliance guide, this is also on Scentsy's training. So go in and type in the word compliance or compliance guide, and this right here on the left-hand side pops up right away. And there are like certain chapters to it. So what I'm gonna do is also start linking these presentations into the YouTube video so that you guys can see, or even like into our group so that you guys can like come back and reference it at any time. But basically, it says certain actions and behaviors are strictly prohibited by Scentsy and are never acceptable. Here's a quick look. Most of the common areas of concerns. And so what I did was I pulled out some of the highlights from each compliance piece. Okay, so never post Scentsy products for sale on e-commerce sites like eBay, Amazon Mercari, Poshmark. You cannot post them onto those sites because they are recognized as an e-commerce platform, and the people would be purchasing directly from those sites. Now, with that said, are people doing it? Yes. And are they compliant? No. So don't get caught doing any of those things. Just best not to do it at all. you know, and there will be times where people are like old Scentsy consultants and they stop doing it. And so now they're just trying to like get rid of their stuff. But the best bet is just to avoid doing that, getting caught, and then losing your business. So that's really important. On Facebook Marketplace, you can post as long as you put it very clearly in the body, purchase directly from link, and then include your PWS link. So you can do it there and then reroute people to the PWS link. That's okay. So I've done that, and I've actually found customers off of that before.
Oh, okay.
Okay, never sell Scentsy products from a retail location. So if you have a business, if you have a cousin that owns a hair salon, you cannot have products on display. So you can have a warmer and some catalogs and some samples, yes, but you just can't have a full-on display of products for sale like it's like inventory in their store. So you can definitely put things in a storefront in terms of leaving your catalog, leaving your samples, and refilling that every week if you want to, but you just can't have like 5 different Scentsy soaks sitting there for sale for $12 each, and then a whole bunch of wax bars for sale. Like, you just can't have it permanently on display at any store. Okay. Never require customers or guests at Scentsy event to pay money or purchase a product to participate in an activity, drawing, raffle, or a game of chance, known as pay to play. So that is what we just discussed earlier. Never post Scentsy products for sale on e-commerce sites like eBay, Amazon, Mercari, and other sites. Didn't I just post that? I think I did. I must have just copied it. Never place orders for sale for the sole purpose of achieving a title, rank, incentive, award, or bonus, also known as bonus buying. So this is when you guys start getting really into the incentive piece for like our travel incentive, our trip incentive. Those, the reason why when the month closes out at the end of the month, you don't get paid until the 10th is because Scentsy Audit is happening. And so they're looking to see, Julissa, that you made certified, and then they're going to look to see out of nowhere randomly, you know, Jasmine paid $500 to buy stuff from your site. Well, I'm your sponsor. I shouldn't be doing that ever. Like, we should never purchase from one another ever. But so they know that if they look at you, you hit certified, and then they look and they see that the order was coming from your sponsor, and I might have gotten a trip incentive off of that, then that's like a huge no-no. It's a red flag, and they will audit that. They will catch it. They will catch names, addresses, and credit cards, and probably a 1,000 other things that they're looking for to find people who are placing orders for the sole purpose of achieving a title, a rank, or whatever. Now, Julissa, if you are this close to getting certified and you decided that you really love the new, you know, there's another mermaid collection that came out and you really, really love it, and you spend $200 on it, that's your own personal purchase. That's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, okay.
And you happen to make rank and you happen to get promoted because of that, then that's okay, because it's still you purchasing for yourself. But if you just, you know, but if somebody came in and randomly purchased a whole bunch from you and, you know, the purpose of it was for you to promote, then that's like a huge red flag. So that's what it means by that. Once we start getting into trip incentives, you guys are going to see they're looking at that big time. They are auditing it. They are making sure. They're looking at credit card information. It's crazy. There's some people, I mean, I don't understand what the purpose is behind earning a trip incentive if that's what you're doing, is like cheat the system. So it's crazy. Okay. Never intentionally build up excessive Scentsy inventory or encourage your downline to purchase and carry large amounts of inventory. So, you know, I think I'm pretty good when it comes to telling you guys, like, don't carry the inventory if you don't have to. Even Lindsay, when you were doing the vendor events and stuff, right? Like, I'm like, you know, like, you don't want to hurt yourself and order like a ton of stuff and then nothing sells, or certain things don't sell well at a vendor event. You're going to be stuck with all this inventory. So like I always say, like, try to get people to purchase from the catalog as much as possible, you know, like have some items there that people can buy on hand, but get them excited about Scentsy, get Scentsy under their nose, and then let them purchase from the catalog and give them a catalog and have like an iPad or a computer ready for them to just sit there and order on the spot. because Scentsy is all about you should not have to build up a stockpile of inventory at all, ever. So they want to make sure that that we as Scentsy consultants do not become like Scentsy poor because we're over purchasing thinking it's best for us. I've encountered one that has said that, she likes to purchase things ahead of time and then try to sell it to her friends and family. And I'm just like, but that's not the best idea. You have to, maybe if you're starting out and that's how you think it's best, but you're going to be stuck with stuff that you're not going to like either. So it's kind of, you have to be smart about it, but I don't think that's the best idea. But some people are like, but I'm okay with it. And I'm like, all right.
And with that, I want to add that, like, when I'm doing my vendor events, I take notice, like, the first 2 times, what is the main seller, and the other ones are technically like my quote unquote sample products. And because most of what I was running into is I never have more than 40 wax bars in a vendor event, mainly because by the end of it, half, if not 3/4 of those wax bars are always going to be sold. Especially the Disney product ones. Those are like my main sellers. And then when it came to, I noticed like the dog products, because where I do my vendor events, it's a lot of dog friendly people. They were not buying because they could not smell what the actual smell is. And so all I have to do is I have like 3 separate scents, but one scent is the shampoo, one scent is the detangler, and one scent is the deodorizing spray. So all they have to do to test it out is just, unscrew it, smell it, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, I'm going to order this. And then I will proceed to, if I already have one, then great, I'll give it to them. If I don't, then I would say, here's where you need to go. This is the section. Do you want to go ahead and order it here so I can help you on the website?
Yeah.
But I make it like, because I don't want to take a whole big tub back into my car, especially, with everything. And then I'll just reload to whatever I need as far as wax bars, because that's all that I do is I just replenish my wax bars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how you do it. You are the vendor pro at this point. You have done so many and have been so successful. So that's awesome. All right. So next, never make misleading or deceptive claims of any kind in your advertising. All claims must be truthful and consistent with current official Scentsy literature, and all income claims must also have the income disclosure statement. So the first part of that, we've had teamies before get reached out by compliance because of health claims. So for example, let's say the peppermint essential oil, and out there in the world, that's known, peppermint essential oils may be known to help with breathing issues or this or that. We cannot, as Scentsy consultants, post about a peppermint essential oil and say, this is going to help reduce your breathing, as like your asthma concerns. It's pollen season. Use peppermint oil in your diffuser to help reduce your asthma issues or whatever. Like, we can't say that explicitly. What is our workaround? Lindsay, do you remember? What was our workaround? Like, we can say, I don't know. It's a very touchy subject.
Oh, okay.
The workaround, I mean, I don't remember a workaround. The only thing that I heard was when my teamie had an issue with that, because we didn't know at that point what exactly, like, why it was needed, because there is a flyer that's going around Pinterest and everything that states this, but for some reason she got reported on, but we never figured out like what the workaround was for it.
Yeah, I would just avoid that at all. I think the people who are already into holistic healing type things already know peppermint has good uses for XYZ. And so unlike other companies, which I won't mention, who sells essential oils, they use health claims for everything. Everything has a health claim to their essential oils. In our case, we should not make health claims, because even though I'm a nurse, like, we just should not make health claims, because that's not what Scentsy is trying to promote. Scentsy is promoting the fragrance behind it and, you know, the enjoyment of that, but not that it actually helps with medical issues. And I think it's because it's like maybe an FDA problem. If you're making health claims, and it's a larger, another, again, like gambling, it's the government's watching you, and you shouldn't be saying those things. So the best thing to do is just promote peppermint oil and say, I love the way it smells, and do a picture, and or do like a video of you, you know, pouring it into your diffuser and setting up your diffuser for the day. But definitely not say, this really helps my asthma. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the gist of it. The second part, the income disclosure statement. So there was actually a director's training or something that they had recently. They went to Disney training, and they learned this. So I just took from Courtney what she had posted on House of Scents. It was the director's boot camp, and it was basically saying, per the FTC, you cannot make any claims to your lifestyle, to your income, to anything that is Scentsy income related without putting a income disclosure statement. So if you look at 1, 2, 3, okay, so let's look at the first heart. You cannot post it in your comments. It must be in the original post. So the income disclosure statement needs to be, for example, I'm going to be going on this trip to Alaska soon because I earned it through my Scentsy incentive. I'm going to be saying, I can't, you know, like, I am so blessed to have started my Scentsy journey. Scentsy paid for my trip to Alaska. And then down here, boom, income disclosure statement. It has to be right there in the body and not like in the comment section. Number 2, you cannot include any snarky little comments, which, I mean, you know, I didn't think any comments were ever snarky. Mine was, I'm just an average girl living an American dream. And then I had the income disclosure statement. Apparently, they get fined every single time they see that. So I think everybody was guilty for this. So you must write only results not typical, or my results aren't typical, and then the link. And it has to be the most updated link. And even the link that they shared here, we found out, right? I think Lindsay, was you, that it was not the most updated link. So I had to go back and change my link too. So
well, it's not even that. We found out that people who are not Scentsy consultants and are not signed on to Workstation will not see this income disclosure.
Yeah.
Because I tried to touch it, like in I think it was Courtney's little layout, and it wouldn't allow me. Like, it brought me to the Scentsy landing page. And then if I try to do it on my laptop where I'm not already signed in, it just gave me an error code and I couldn't see the actual income disclosure.
Yeah. So I think it's just, you know, we make the executive decision and then just post our own link. So what I did was I added to my Google Drive. So then it would be my responsibility to make sure the link that I'm sharing is always going to be the most current income disclosure statement. And be mindful, they don't tell you when they update it. So if they update it 2 days from now, I'm going to have to be mindful of that too. So just double check if you're going, especially like for me, in July, when I go on this Alaska trip, right before I go, I'm going to double check for sure, because for 2 weeks, I'm going to be out there in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm just going to keep posting stuff to help generate, you know, leads and for interest and stuff. And I'm going to make sure that I have the most recent income disclosure statement for sure.
So I want to add on the whole peppermint compliance type of thing.
Yeah.
Because I think what happened when we had that blue agate stone warmer, we could put that this is not real agate stone, but they are known for bringing peace and healing anxiety. So it's technically not saying that it does this, but it is known for it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the workaround, because the only reason why I know is because I had told you that I had a friend who said, who had made this, unnecessary comment about the stone and what I had put. But I think that was the workaround that we were talking about.
Yeah, that's perfect. I think as long as we're not saying like it's tried and true claim and we're using that workaround. And speaking of, since it has really nothing to do with each other, but sort of. So crystals, right? You have crystals and what they can and cannot do, but we use the term it's known to. That's perfect. Something completely unrelated, but for some reason that connected it with me. We cannot measure against a competitor by calling out a competitor. For example, I cannot say, why buy Walmart wax bars when you can buy Scentsy wax bars, and then compare them side by side and show the quality or show the thickness or show anything of that nature. You can compare them and show them, you just can't say Walmart. You have to say competitor. So you can't disclose Walmart, Target, Bath and Body Works. You can't say competitors and like do a side by side like competition with their branding, but you can't say competitor wax bars.
Okay.
Because I just saw one that I need to send a message to her. I saw somebody say, I'm not even sure if it's considered non-compliant. It was Febreze. It was, I'm never buying Febreze again now that I have used this Scentsy Fresh. And I'm just like, I'm kind of like toying with that idea. I think it's borderline, and it's enough to just say, hey, take the word Febreze out of it. But it doesn't drive her message if she takes the word Febreze out of it. I'll just say maybe like an air freshener. I'll never use another air freshener again, instead of saying I'll never use another Febreze again. So then that way she's not comparing the two competitors.
But then that makes me question the whole, because there is, I believe, some type of person that's like higher up, that she was doing YouTube videos, and she was stating like the difference between a Walmart warmer and an actual Scentsy warmer.
Oh yeah,
And
I saw that video.
so, but I don't think she got dinged for that because it's still up. I mean, obviously it's still up.
Yeah.
But would that be something that is not compliant as well?
I would say that is 100% not compliant. So this is why when you guys join, I add you guys to 5 groups, right? And they're all but one of them is our groups under like our upline somewhere. The only one that I add you guys to, in addition to all the other ones, is that consultant boxes with the theme boxes, because I just love what they do in there. I love the creativity. I love what they do. There are like a gazillion Scentsy groups with such bad information. And there are leaders with bad information. I mean, I've done things that have been non-compliant before and have been called out on it and have to change it. So just because they haven't gotten caught yet doesn't mean that they're not going to get caught, or that they're not going to, like, it's not going to come back to bite them. So I think I actually know what video you're talking about too, because when I saw it, I was just like, okay, this is not okay. But I'm not one to report people either. Unless you like really ticked me off for some reason, I'm not going to go around reporting people, because this is for a lot of people, their livelihood. So I'm not going to do that. If I know you, I'll be like, hey, Lindsay, bad idea. Not, like we shouldn't be doing this. And so I might reach out to you, but if I don't know you at all, you're not going to want to listen to me anyways. So
yeah.
But I'm not going to report people either. I know there's like some people who are like compliance Nazis out there, but yeah, I would definitely say steer clear of that. I would just say in that video, I would have said Scentsy warmers, competitors warmers. And now if I happen to be opening both boxes, the Scentsy box and the competitor box, and you see great value on it, oops, I forgot to but I won't make it like a centralized part of my thing where I'm like showing the box and it says a great value. I'm like, look at this brand, I won't highlight it. But if it's accidentally shown in the video and it wasn't like intentional, then I think that that's excusable. But I definitely would have just said competitor. I mean, and there's a lot of like like Bath and Body Works, when they have like their specials and everything, there's a lot of, I see some comparisons there between like, don't buy a Bath and Body Works candle because you can do this, this, and this, and soot and flames and yada, yada, yada. Like just say don't buy competitors' candles. And then if you have it on display, people are going to look at it and know it's a triple wick Bath and Body Works candle. So there's still clever ways you can kind of call out a brand without calling out their brand, but I would just try to avoid it altogether. Yeah, I wouldn't even look. Bath and Body Works just sent me an email. That's hilarious. Okay, number 3, please leave out because the government makes me, or because we want to share, or any other because comments. Again, back to just keep it simple, results not typical, and then put a link. And then you have to share the link, not the image. And so that's where I've done wrong too. I figured nobody's going to want to see the link. People are going to want to see the image. So I put the image in. They want us to actually use the link. And again, just use your own link, but make sure it's the most up-to-date, since clearly Scentsy Success, people can't log into it. The second to last part, if you're discussing it in a reel or a story, it must be linked to every single reel or story. Now that's a lot of work.
I know it is.
That's a lot of work because, Facebook stories are like 20 seconds long. And if you're trying to put a 2-minute video onto a 20-second long, you're going to have to go in there and individually. That's a lot of work, but
it is.
More power to you. Do it right or don't do it at all. I would just be like, okay, I'm not doing it at all.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna post a picture and the text. That's it.
And then remember, compliance is here to help you, and they want to encourage you to do something and contact them if you're not sure. So the email for compliance is compliance@scentsy.com. Reach out to them. Typically, when I've reached out to them before, it takes them about 48, 72 hours. But once they've read your email and you responded back to ask more questions, they're pretty fast about it. They're like within the same day. So the first initial message back, for me, my experience has been in about 3 days, I'll hear back from them. And then after that, if I like, no, but what if I do this? Or how if I show it this way? Then they email pretty fast. Because I think it like gets designated to somebody or something.
Oh.
Okay, so any questions or anything regarding all of that so far? I know it's a lot, but if you guys ever have questions, feel free to ask me. And if I don't know it, we can both look it up together on the workstation too. So if there's ever any doubt, just ask questions, and then look out for each other because, looking out for each other is perfect. So I do appreciate you guys for that. Okay, so reminders. We have Warmer the Month, Scent of the Month that's coming out now. I believe Jen just sent me a message earlier today that says the new scent she just got in smells like cherry pie, and she was drooling over it. So I'm really excited about it.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, it does. I am like obsessed with it. Like, and it it's not the first initial tone, but it is the aftertone, and it like lingers, and I'm like, oh, cherry pie.
I like the summer one, feeling punchy, because it smells so much like Smarties.
Yeah. Oh, I got it in, but I haven't warmed it yet. I didn't even open it to smell it yet.
Oh my God, it smells
I fell in love with
Smarties.
Yeah. The kukui and coconut, I fell in love with that.
I haven't warmed that yet.
Yes. I don't like the feeling punchy. I can't do that one.
Yeah.
I can't. But I do want to add, before we get into the reminders, the compliance that both me and you figured out probably back in March, when some lady was talking about the Harry Potter warmer and in an actual like book club group.
Yeah.
And I got my compliance letter from compliance. Okay. And I'll read it word for, he's in the restroom, go. I'll read it word for word what they sent me. It said, we are happy to provide some clarification on this. If a consultant is the administrator of the site, They are also allowed to advertise the products and their Scentsy business. In addition, if a blog administrator is making a choice to select one consultant based on a relationship that has been built and direct people to them to order, this would not be considered a violation. However, this wouldn't apply to a fan page. This would be directed towards a blog or blogger, and they would be the one posting your information.
Wow.
So
Okay.
if you create your own like Facebook group, like a book club group, and you put like the Harry Potter stuff there, that's considered compliant because you're the administrator, you're the main blogger. And if you ask a blogger to post something about your products, that's also considered not a violation.
Wow. So I can start so if I started a Disney lovers group, is that I can post Disney stuff in there? Is that what it's saying?
I think
Yeah.
no, because that would be considered a fan page. So if it's like Disney, then
that's a fan page.
then it would be a fan page, or a
Okay.
Harry Potter lovers or Hufflepuff. That would be considered a quote unquote fan page.
Okay.
But if you like, because the easiest one is like book club. So I'm in a lot of book groups because I like to, but they're not mainly Disney specific or Harry Potter specific. They are just for the love of books or all about books. And those are the types of groups that these people are like showing their Scentsy warmers about Harry Potter, because Harry Potter is a actual book.
Okay.
And it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
considered a fan page.
Okay. So if I did a movie club, that would be okay.
Yes, because you would be according to compliance, because you would be considered
As
the
administrator.
administrator, and then you would also be considered as a quote unquote blogger as well. And it's not fan page specific. It's just in general group.
Wow. I have ideas.
I know, me too.
I have ideas. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
I know, Lindsay.
Wow. All right. My gears are turning. I think. Go ahead.
I'm excited for bring back my bars. I can't wait for the root beer flow.
Yeah. So, okay. So we'll go down the list. So the summer collection is currently out. I think it smells amazing. I always get very excited about spring and summer. Those are my favorite. Fall and winter. There's sometimes I love them. Sometimes I'm like, yeah. All right. Star Wars is currently out. Disney's Lion King is currently out. It's just a matter of time that those start to sell out too, I think.
Yeah.
Like Mermaid, it actually didn't sell out immediately, but the warmer sold out, in a week and a half or 2 weeks, maybe tops.
Yeah.
And then the
buddy
right after that. So, and then of course I have my friend who's like reaches out to me. She's like, she has 4 daughters, and she says she only bought one. And then she says the 2 youngest are fighting over it and she needs another one. And I was like, girlfriend, that is sold out. I am not selling it.
Sorry.
Like, I'm not getting mine. Sorry. It's not happening. Okay. And then remember Lovely the llama's out. She's cute, but I try to sell her out. I was like, what about the llama? You want the llama instead? She's like, no, my daughter said no. I'm like, all right, whatever. But on Monday we have Marvin the Martian, and then Tasmanian Devil's coming out. So remember that one's coming out. There's a bundle pack as well for a little bit cheaper. And then there's 50% off of Sylvester, Tweety, and was there one more?
Oh, Tweety.
Tweety's a little buddy clip.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
Daffy
can't
Duck as
wait.
well.
What's
I
that?
can't wait.
I think it was also Daffy Duck as well.
Yes, Daffy, Sylvester, and then Tweety. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
Oh,
I can't
and
wait.
Bugs Bunny. Bugs
Oh,
Bunny
and
as well.
Bugs. You're right.
I can't wait for Tweety because I have the big size of Tweety when my cousin went to Six Flags and she got it for me.
Okay.
Tweety's already on the clearance section. Like you can buy Tweety now.
As a Scentsy buddy?
No, it was the buddy clip.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, girl.
The Father's Day collection's out. If you guys notice that if you buy the warmer, make sure you click on the warmer bundle because the wax bars are actually free. So the warmer,
oh, that's nice.
The grill warmer is $60, I think it was. But then the grill with the 4 wax bars was $60. So make sure when you are selecting it, if you have anybody buying it, select the right one so you get the free stuff. That's really like, I love that they're doing that. They've been kind of sneaking those in lately, and that's really nice of them. I'm not 100% on that grill. I don't know if a whole lot of people are going to love it or not. It's either a love or hate thing, right? Like if you're for your spouse,
I didn't like the warmer, to be honest.
Like if your dad or any brothers or anything that are like really hard into grilling, then it might be something that's perfect for them. Like for me, I don't have any grilling.
Yeah, for me, yeah, me, but
it's cute. But you know what? Last year I did the same thing about the truck, and the truck sold out like that for Father's Day. There was like a Father's Day pickup truck, and it sold out so fast. So you never know. You never know because wives buying it. So I think with wives and daughters buying it. The ladies are buying it for their fathers. I definitely think that's the reason why it sells out so fast. You know, whereas with the Mother's Day stuff, you get the reverse. The guys don't think about Scentsy as a gift for the moms.
Yeah.
So, all right. And then fragrance flowers, make sure that you guys keep promoting those because they're 20% off until the end of the month, especially now that we have end of school coming up. Start getting those teachers bundles, start Pinteresting, look at Pinterest and see what teachers fragrance flower sets there are and start promoting it like crazy. For $13, I think $13.40, $13.20, you can gift something for a teacher, and then all it says is the cute little teacher sayings that can be attached to them. So start looking at them on Pinterest and start promoting them like crazy so you can make those sales before the end of the month with the 20% off. Early access for consultants is the Bring Back My Bar right now. You guys saw what Courtney posted. I love the idea. So I reposted it to my page, and I'm gonna send an email now out to everyone. But basically, if you can, and this is a private special, you cannot post it publicly, which is why I said, if anybody's interested, let me know. What it is for $10 plus shipping, if you have to ship it to anybody, they can purchase a mystery throwback gift, a throwback Scentsy product, and then you're going to give them deluxe size samples from the Bring Back My Bar. In order for this to be successful, you have to have like 25 in sales. You make a little bit of commission off of it, but and you make your PRV. So it's not a big commission PRV thing, but it is good because you're getting these 25 samples into people's hands and they're going to fall in love with something. And then you're going to be able to upsell them either 3 or 6 pack. So the goal is not immediately return in money, but the goal is in the long run, they may just love so many of those that they're going to want to purchase them. And then on top of that, if they love those scents so much, you can promote Scentsy Club and get them to put those Bring Back My Bars into Scentsy Club so that it's, always get my bar, they're always going to keep making it forever and ever. So that's how you promote, the bundles and then the club part afterwards. So there's long-term potential for it if you do that. Epcot, we are no longer going because Lizzie couldn't make it. And then for me, it's Father's Day weekend. It's just a lot going on, especially with me leaving shortly afterwards for Alaska. So we just went ahead and mixed the trip since it was just she and I that were able to make it. And then, of course, the incentive Brick by Brick Part 2 closes now at the end of this month. If you earn this Brick by Brick Part 2, then you're also going to earn the Fall and Winter Transition Kit, which is about $130 in value. If you guys are close to it potentially, I think this is a great way to make sure that you know, a nice little reminder, you still have like 10 days left, 11 days left. If you're not close to it, you know, don't bother. Just purchase that fall and winter transition kit later on. But it's always great to, I always like to go for those incentives because I want everything for free. Yeah, any questions? Any other reminders that I may have missed? Anything you're excited about coming up? Forward, backwards. Oh, okay. So the last part of this is basically, what are you working on? I want to know like what everybody's working on. Oh, this is where I stop live. Hold on. I need to find this one, because I don't want everybody to hear. This is just for us now.